Dallas Lions. Yeah, grew up in Myrtleford, country Victoria. Started a family about 20. When I was about 23, 24, I joined the Air Force. So my family and I moved away to join the Air Force, Darwin, Newcastle, Wagga, Adelaide. We done that for about 16 years. My wife and I separated. The kids live with me and we moved back to country Victoria about 3 years ago.
Mind to tell us how old your kids are?
23, 21, 14 and 10. Girl Shara, boy Ben, and two young ones at home still, Zoe 14 and Matilda's 10.
What sort of things did you sort of struggle with when you were growing up? Do you remember some things
Well, not a lot to be honest. Being a kid was a lot easier back when I was a kid. One of those, when I was a kid stories. But I think it's a lot more difficult for kids these days. A lot of that's socially driven. When I was a kid, me and my mates, we'd go creek jumping, stir the bulls up, get the bulls to chase us, magpie swooping, fishing, camping, anything that involved mud basically. Every night we'd come home and we'd just stand there at the back door and mother would just look at us and say, strip off, hose down, go. So we're always, not up to mischief, but we're always having fun. And that had a bit to do with one of the reasons I did move back to Victoria as well, back to my hometown, because I remember the good upbringing I had there and the fun I had there. And you could be a kid, you can get on your bike and go for a ride, you can go creek jumping, you can go fishing. As long as you're home by dark, it's all good. Obviously things are a lot different these days, but country towns still do maintain a fair bit of that.
Yeah, so what was it like being a single dad?
I suppose I get to do things my way, and if it doesn't work out and the kids get screwed up a bit from it, I can take all the blame for it. I can't piss it off on the missus.
How are they going, your kids?
Yeah, good. The oldest one's studying law over in Adelaide.
That's good.
My young bloke's over in Albury. He's got a girlfriend, moved in with her now, so I'll settle down. And the two younger kids, they've gotten used to the fact that life's with dad, that's where they live, and they're supposed to be kids, they're supposed to have fun. Even to the point where if I know one of the kids is pulling the wool over my eyes, so to speak, sometimes I'll let it slide just so they have their little victory. And they're going to pull the wool over my eyes, they've got to think outside the square. Now if they're making the effort to think outside the square to do that, I'll let it slide sometimes.
Puberty with daughters as a father, yeah, that was a bit of a challenge. How did you manage with that?
Yeah, I think kids have already got enough on their plate. When it comes to things like puberty and period and all the rest of it with the kids, I've just approached it matter-of-factly. I haven't sat them down and gave them the big birds and the bees speech and say all the right things you're supposed to say. I've just been, oh yeah, you know what, that happens with all women. What it is this is what we need to do, and don't worry about it, shit, right, get on with it. Might want to make a calendar to keep note of it so you have a rough idea when it's going to come about, but trust me, it's all natural, all good. So I don't brush it off, but I treat it rather matter-of-factly so they can walk away from it and go, oh, that really wasn't a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
And they'll just approach it as, no, it's just another thing rather than making a big deal out of it. There's a lot of pressures from society today. It's almost like if a kid's having a bad day, a bad week, he's got a cold, he's been dumped by his girlfriend, he's not paying attention at school, all of a sudden he's got something wrong with him. So all of a sudden he's sent off to a doctor and he's put on these tablets, he's put on that. Be yourself, you know yourself better than anyone else does. So just because somebody, and there are certain cases where it's right, obviously, but nobody knows you better than you. Don't necessarily conform, just because an adult says it doesn't mean it's right. As kids look up to adults. As long as you're going to be a good person, a caring person, understanding person, and you're happy, all those other things that you get told about life are just bonuses. If you've got those 4 things, you really don't need anything else. At the moment, I started my own small business, garden waste collection, Alpine garden bins. Between that, I've written a couple of books. One's been published through Ellie's Books, and I've written another one. I'm just waiting for my illustrator to finish his uni exams, to knock up the drawings for it, then I'll release that one too. And there's a couple more in the pop works.
How long have you had your own business with the...
With the garden waste?
Yeah.
I started about 18 months ago. Yeah, just up in country Victoria. We don't have green waste bins up there, so to speak, from the council, so I started up this small business. Got me 75 or 80 clients, so just plodding along nicely.
Did you always know that you had writing ability, or were you some inspired by something? I'm trying to work out how you came to...
My stepdaughter used to struggle with things that go bump in the night, And my daughter also was scared of things at night. We lived on a farm and there was lots of noises. So I concocted a story for them to have protection at night from all things scary, all things that go bump in the night. So I told them this story and they'd go through the routine because it's an activity at the same time, and they'd go through that and then they'd activate at night and they felt protected, like sleeping become a lot easier. There was no coming in the middle of the night with, oh, I'm scared, or making up excuses to wake us up, so to speak. And done that, and that worked pretty well. And I was just sitting at home one day, and I was thinking, I could probably do a book out of that. And it just so happens my girlfriend Jo, her best friend is Ellie Walsh. And she runs a small publishing company. And I got in touch with Ellie and said, hey, look, I've got this idea. Just a story I used to tell the kids. And she said, oh, put it on paper and give us a look. So I put it on paper. She had a look and said, yeah, let's run with this. So we organised the illustrators and everyone else, and yeah, onwards from there.
And what was that book called?
That was The Night Guardians, Protect Us from All Things Scary. There's magic soldiers. In the story, I changed it to samurai soldiers, but the initial story was there were soldiers like war soldiers that would come and protect them at night if they went through this little process for 2 minutes before bed. Really, any kids that are scared of the dark, but probably 6 to 12. I tried to keep it short enough and in kids speak, so kids can read it themselves, but if a parent has to read the story to the kids, they don't fall asleep in the process. So it's not too long, not too short, just somewhere in the middle.
Okay, and what's the second one that you've done?
That'll be The Night Guardians 2, Dragons of Mert. It's a follow-up from the first book.
How can they get your book? Is it in libraries?
No, it's online at Ellie's Books, and it can also be ordered through the Facebook site. I believe it's going to be on Amazon before too long as well, but as far as bookshops, not at this point.
So when was it released? When was the first one released, or
Probably
launched, if you like?
June this year.
June this year?
Yeah, so it was only a few months ago.
Oh, only a few months. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And your second one?
Depending on the illustrator, how long the illustrator's going to take once he finishes his exams, I'm guessing by Christmas.
Hey, Mum, check this out. Did you know that 1 in 6 kids suffer from depression? And that can be from any number of reasons. From bullying, eating disorders, learning difficulties, and that is just a select few from a long list. Teenagers frequently feel like nobody understands them and nobody cares about the difficulties they are facing. That's where Teen Talk comes in. We want to challenge that perception. Hopes, dreams, challenges. Teen Talk Production, a series of interviews involving brave young youth from 9 to 25 years talking about their feelings and experiences. A platform to give teens a real voice in these virtual technological generations. 4T Too Hot. 4 teens to help other teens. A tool for teens to communicate with each other about issues that affect them. Founder of Teen Talk, Dr. Verity Sparkle, Linda Walsh, started a platform to help link the youth community with their own voice. She saw the struggles our teens are facing. Her goals are to help them get better, improve and grow as young people into strong adults. Teen Talk is a contemporary show that discusses the daily lives of teenagers, featuring teens telling their stories. Stories of hope, coping, triumph, success. As you know, running a cause is not cheap. We need your support to help these teens. Donations to our cause can help fund film production, crew, equipment, broadcasting, internet, host functions, events, gifts and prizes. Your donations won't just help fund our cause, but help kids and teens around Australia. You can help make a difference. Help us help youth by making a difference. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Gandhi. teentalkproduction.com.au. We commenced broadcasting on Channel 31 from June 2015, celebrating 25 broadcasted episodes and 2 seasons in 2015, with 59 broadcasted episodes from season 3 to 5 for 2016. We have at least 749 interviewees filmed on our current database, with 109 volunteer film crew and promotions help. We have 19 regular volunteer team members and 37 sponsors to date who have advertised on our program, and also 10 gift donors to date. Pledge a donation and you will receive a free Teen Talk wristband and a single DVD of Teen Talk Season 3 to 5. Plus, you automatically enter the draw to win a DSLR camera or GoPro Plus accessories, vouchers, full set of DVDs Season 3 to 5 of Teen Talk and much, much more. Teen Talk broadcasts every Friday at 4 p.m. and also every Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. with live streaming on the Channel 31 website. Also on Foxtel Aurora every Thursday at 5 p.m. and every Friday morning at 4 a.m.